Alright, so now that I showed you guys the details, I'm going to show you guys how you could incorporate this to teach it to your student, to your training, whatever the case may be. So now he's going to have the pleasure of doing it to me. So what we're going to do is, the first thing, obviously switch positions. And mind you, I forgot to mention why this is here. Normally I don't have it out here. This is in case, as you've seen earlier, he had to throw himself. He really did. This is just for safety. I mean, we're all men here. You can easily fall on this rubber flooring. But hey, if it's there, might as well take advantage of it and be safer. Alright, that way you don't scrape yourself and worry about getting a freaking infection on a easily rub burn, stuff like that. This won't really rub you too much, burn you too much. Anyhow, so we're gonna go ahead and start slow to drill it into his head, to keep it into his body so he can record it in his body. So the first thing you want to do is he's gonna get in his stance. So go ahead and get in your stance. So we're gonna go nice and slow. I'm gonna go ahead and over exaggerate the motion. Right? This is not realistic. Realistically, I'm not gonna punch and try to do that. Why? Now back, he can easily step over. Now he can fucking rear naked choke, do all kinds of stuff right here. Alright, so right now I'm gonna over exaggerate and just go over so that you can feel the power. Alright, and don't forget, you wanna be realistic. You don't wanna go over this way. You don't wanna try to shoot way over here. Alright, you want to shoot close to his face, but obviously go slow so that he feels the danger and he knows what to do. Trust me, most people, when they're close to that danger in a controlled manner, the body will react properly. It's crazy how it works, but one day you might find that out. You'll see. But anyhow, you want to work slow to build speed. So here we go. So we're going to go slow, and then little by little you watch where he's grabbing you. If he's grabbing you too close to the wrist, because once you go faster, he's going to keep grabbing that wrist, and then he's going to miss it. That's why I always say you got to overcompensate it, go a little bit higher than the wrist. So now I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit faster. Alright, so there you go. See, now I'm getting closer and closer to his chin, and I'm going faster and faster. And he's going to go ahead and keep doing the motion. There you go. That was really good. Alright, stop catching. He caught it a little too much on that last one. Just in case he didn't notice that, I'm going to let him know not to catch it. Meaning like so, he's catching it, so he needs to, deflect it. Deflect it away. There you go. And then one last thing I forgot to mention, on the stance. This is the reason why you don't want to stand in a boxing stance, right? Because if you're in a boxing stance, when you shift over, you're off balance. You can easily fall over. Alright? So that's why you want to be a little squared out, because when you see the punch coming, you're gonna fall into this leg, meaning just like that. You're just gonna shift. Look how much my head moved. I barely moved anything. This is not even tiring. And I moved almost 1.5 feet for my head. Alright? Nothing else moved, obviously, but my head, the target, moved away. And see, this naturally, when you move away, your hand kind of falls right here. But now that you're training, you want to do that cobra block. Alright, so that way you catch it and then you move it over. So that's the reason why you don't want to stand in a boxing stance. You want to stand a little bit squared off so that you can fall into that leg easily, and you can also use that leg to trip them over in case you have to. Alright, so here we go. Still keep doing it a few more times. Alright, now that I see confidence in them, now I'm going to be more realistic. I'm not going to follow through unrealistically. Now I'm going to stay here and keep going. Don't block. I'm going to keep going like that. So see, I'm realistically trying to attack and come back. So I'm noticing that I'm not close. I'm going to get closer and closer. Boom. Alright, so he is going to wait to the right time. He's not going to go every single time he sees a punch. If he sees a punch, he's just going to move to the side. Alright, move to the side. Once I get frustrated, I'm going to go closer or I'm going to go harder. Trust me, I've done it. It's happened to me many, many times with big dudes. And they will get frustrated. And what are they going to do? More uncareful, and then you'll be able to see it a lot easier and move easier now. So that's why I'm going to go like that. So now he's going to try to catch it whenever he sees the right moment. There you go, see? He got me, but now he just didn't get the wrist properly. But that's where practice makes perfect. A few more times, then we'll show you a different angle, and then we'll be done. Obviously, even whether he does it right or not, whether he tosses me or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you drill it over and over and over. I'm I'm going to show you different angles, and that's all that matters. That way you learn it and you can keep doing it. And trust me, I've taught kids, small kids, 8-year-old skinny little girl that threw the hell out of me with this motion, right? It's because of leverage, right? It's a little bit of, I put a little bit of judo, aikido, and Japanese jiu-jitsu into this motion, and that's how I came up with this. And I'm sure you guys seen it maybe in another martial art or something, so if it is, it is. If it is, it isn't. This is from my experiences, personal experiences, I came up with this motion. So see right there, I try to pull back, and then I forgot, I don't know if I told you, but that thumb in there, that's the initial shock. I don't think I pointed that out. What you want to do first is initial shock, meaning from one, pivot away, deflect, whatever the case may be. You know, that's what's going to keep you in safety. But in that motion, you want to catch a pressure point or some sort. Of some sort, because that's going to shock the body. It's going to do some, make the body react a way that it's not even intending to. It has no choice but to move a certain way when you get to a certain shock point. After that, after you set the initial shock, you're going to go ahead and use the force against them to drive them a certain way you want to. After that, that's when you drive more pain, and after that, that's when you finish it off. All right, so here we go. One more time. Oh yeah, and the last thing, in case they don't have that leverage down, all right, the last thing you can do, look at my shoulder, my elbow. All right, so that's not helping at all. What helps is basically pretend like you're driving the elbow into your side. On the right timing, that's where it comes, the practice comes in. You got to get that timing right to get everything right. For one, that shift. For two, the block. For three, the jerk, going, you know, letting them go. You using their force and their momentum. 4, the leverage. 5, the timing of you using that leverage to your advantage by bringing down that elbow. 6, following through. 7, and that's, you know, her to basically stop your opponent in their tracks or whatnot, you know. So here we go. A few more times. So see, now I'm being more realistic. And look at that. He missed right there, but look, I was off balance trying to pull back. And he could have easily took advantage, especially if you're a big guy. Vice versa, if you're a little guy and you know what to do, you can still take advantage of that situation. There you go. Don't be afraid of it. If you have to, go ahead. There you go. You gotta do more of the leverage on the hand. Dig that freaking thumb in there. There you go. See, now he was able, without working too hard, he was able to throw me more. He still hasn't gotten that. That's why he hasn't got that shock where my body literally hops over. After that, that last one, the last hand you're throwing in, that's what's gonna toss me over. That's what it is. I'm not aiming at your face. There you go. All right. So now we're gonna show you one last angle, and then we'll be done. Alright, so over here. So I'm going to show you this angle. Alright, first we'll start up slow again. Alright, so see, that one was a good one. He actually made me move. Now I'm going to go a little more realistic. That one sent me a shock over here, and that's how I was able to go. You're catching it too much, too dead. There you go. One more time, a few more times. See that? That's what I had to do to regroup. And now he could easily just kick me in the face or something right there. One more time.